Imagine that you have an array of numbers and you want out sum of all the numbers within the array. What you could do is use the numbers.reduce method, which takes a callback, and then you can provide the total and next parameters, and then you can add the next value to the previous total, just like this, and you should be able to see the sum of all numbers within the array. Super easy. Imagine that you have an array of users, and in this users array you have the names of the users, and you want to sort this users array based on the alphabetical order from A to Z. What you could do is that just use the users.sort method, and it automatically sorts it based on the alphabetical order that we talked about. Now this will not work when you have an object containing a particular property that you want to sort on. For instance, you have the name property, and now if we use the users.sort method, you will see that the array remains the same. It doesn't modify based on the sorting. But what you could do is that you could pass your own custom method within the sort method as a callback, and then you should be able to get the previous and next values, and you can compare each previous value with the next value based on the property that you're interested in. If the previous property is less than next property, we return a -1, otherwise we return a +1, and then once we check this based on the condition, we should be able to see the correct sorted order for this user's array, just like this. Imagine that you have an array of fruits, and it could contain multiple fruits but also duplicate fruits as well. For instance, we have an apple, a mango, then we have an apple, then we have a banana, and then we have another mango, and then we want to take out only the unique fruits out of this. What we could use is called a set, and then we can use the spread operator with the set items just like this. So what you will have finally is a unique set of fruits, as you can see on the screen. Easy peasy. Imagine that you have an array of users and you want to take a clone of this array so you can modify it later. What you want to do is, for instance, if we have a condition like, hey, if the name is Ahsan, then change it to Muhammad Ahsan. So if we wanted to do that, we would do something like this. We would check the condition, and then we'll modify the value right here, and then we'll return the user object from this user.map function. Finally, when we do this, what we would expect is to just have this value change in the clone. So if we check the value in the clone array, you can see that it is now modified to Muhammad Ahsan. But hey, what's more is that it also changes this into the original array. So if we hover over it, you can see that it also changed the value in the original array. If we don't want this and actually want to make a clone, instead of modifying the user object right here in the map method, what we want to do is to return a new object from this map method. And we can use the spread operator on the users object to get the initial values. And then for the name property, we are checking the condition and providing the value that we want. Once we do it this way, we should be able to see that the value is changed in the clone array, but not in the original array. Super cool, right? Imagine that you have an array of fruits, and this array also contains some falsy values, just like null, false, an empty string, or maybe 0. And we want to take out all those falsy values and only have or only keep the fruits. What you could do is that you can use a fruits.filter method and then pass the boolean method inside, which basically filters out all the non-truthy values or the falsy values, and you will always contain the values which are not falsy.